You ever come across a brand that just feels real? Like, so incredibly detailed, you have to double-check if it actually exists. Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're looking at a completely fictional brand called Dosacos, and let me tell you, they've built this entire immersive world from the ground up. And it all started with just one simple, almost playful question.
And here it is, the question that kicked this whole thing off. What happens when a South Indian dosa meets a Mexican taco? I mean, think about it. You take that amazing, crispy, savory dosa and you turn it into a taco. That one idea, that's the spark that lit the fuse for a whole universe of flavor, culture, and incredible storytelling.
All right, so here's how we're going to break this down. First, what is Dosacos? Then we'll get into their weaving worlds philosophy, check out this wild language they invented, look at the menu, and finally, wrap it all up with a total brand experience. Let's get into it.
Okay, first up, what is Dosacos? Let's get right to the birth of this amazing fusion concept.
Okay, check this out. Right off the bat, they make it feel real. This isn't just some abstract idea. They present it like it's a real event that actually happened. This little fictional newspaper clipping, it instantly makes you believe Dosacos is a place you could actually go visit in this made-up region of Arreqqana. It's such a clever way to build that sense of reality.
And of course, every great brand needs a face, a voice, right? So meet Priya Menon, the fictional head chef and owner. Her quote just nails it. The goal is to be familiar and exciting. It's not about throwing tradition out the window, but about playfully reimagining it. This single quote just perfectly sums up what they're all about. So, at the very heart of it all, you have the product itself, the Dosaco. The name is just perfect, isn't it? Simple, catchy, and it tells you everything you need to know about the fusion concept. This one word is basically the anchor for this entire universe.
All right, but here's where it gets really deep. It's more than just food. It's a whole philosophy, a mission.
Just listen to the words they use here. To weave worlds, wild, powerful offerings, nourish, empower, and inspire. I mean, come on, this is not your average restaurant mission statement. They're going for a really deep emotional connection. This elevates a simple meal into a full-blown experience. It's telling you that when you eat here, you're doing a lot more than just filling your stomach.
And then they boil all of that down into this. Taste the woven worlds. It's just perfect. Seriously, it's so simple but so powerful. In just 4 words, you get an invitation, a little bit of a challenge, and the entire brand philosophy all rolled into one. Genius.
Okay, get ready for this because this is where the world building goes completely next level. To make their world feel truly immersive, they didn't just invent a place, they invented a whole language.
This is just, wow, look at this. They're not just dosa chips, they're Qarvadiin Qhresta. It's not masala queso, it's zimmer scarlia. They're not just making up words, they're adding this beautiful poetic layer of meaning to every single item. It transforms the menu from a list of food into something way more magical.
And it keeps going with the main dishes. You're not just ordering dinner, you're ordering a flame root blessing dosa or a goddess's green whisper dosa. It's incredible. It makes you feel like you're reading from some ancient mystical scroll instead of just a menu. It adds so much story and legend to the food.
But here's the crucial part. This language isn't just some gimmick on the menu, it's actually part of the experience. The moment you walk through the door, the cashier greets you with Qhavvarella. It's a small thing, but that one little touch makes this whole fictional world feel so much more real and tangible.
Okay, so we've talked philosophy and language, but what about the actual food? Because at the end of the day, a great story doesn't mean much if the product isn't amazing. So let's see how this fusion really comes to life.
All right, here we go, the signature Dosacos. Just look at these combinations. Masala paneer au pastor? Yes, please. Coconut curry jackfruit carnitas? I'm in. Creole shrimp doserita? It sounds incredible. Every single one of these delivers on that woven world's promise. They're blending these amazing culinary traditions into something totally new.
And they don't just stop with the Dosacos. They take that same fusion philosophy and apply it to other classics, like biryani. I mean, a soul food biryani or a taco biryani bowl, that's just wild. It shows how committed they are to this core idea. The creativity is just off the charts.
So if you look at how the menu is broken down, it's actually really smart. You can see that almost half of their focus is on the main event, the Dosaco fusions. Then you have the biryanis, sides, and drinks, all supporting and expanding that core idea. It's not just a random collection of dishes. It's a really focused menu that's built to showcase what makes them unique.
So we've got the concept, the philosophy, the language, the menu. Now let's talk about the total brand experience. How do they pull all these pieces together?
You know, it's the little details that really sell it. Their visual identity is so specific. An ivory parchment background, a turmeric golden gradient on the edges, even a custom font. All these tiny elements work together to create this super consistent, super recognizable look that just screams Dosacos.
And they carry that same thinking into their marketing. Take this ad concept for a family night. It's such a simple, relatable story, right? The kids are hungry, mom has a craving, and boom, dad has the solution. They're not just selling food here, they're selling the answer to a feeling, those woven cravings. It's just really smart, emotional marketing.
Okay, this to me might be the most impressive thing of all. They actually hire people based on this philosophy. Imagine going into a job interview and being asked what wild and powerful means to you, or how you'd explain the whole woven worlds thing to a customer. This is how you make sure every single person on your team is a true believer, a real brand ambassador.
And really, it all comes down to this one single idea. The language, the menu, the marketing, even the way they hire, they aren't just a bunch of separate, cool ideas. Nope. They all serve one cohesive vision. Every single detail points in the same direction. Everything has a purpose.
I think this quote just wraps it all up perfectly. Every dish at Dosacos is a story. They're not in the food business, they're in the story business. Every single thing you eat there is its own little narrative about different cultures coming together, all folded up, spiced, and ready for you to experience.
So I want to leave you with this thought. Dosacos isn't real, we know that. But the lessons here are 100% real. If a completely made-up cafe can build a world this rich, this detailed, this compelling, what does that tell you about the power of storytelling for any brand, in any industry? It really makes you think, doesn't it?